Hello. So today I'm going to do a review of a Hansshow rear view mirror, which also acts as a dash cam, both for the front and from the back. Now, there are a lot of installation videos of the Hansshow rear view mirror. I'll put some links in the description, check it out. But today I'm going to focus more on its features and some of the advantages of why you would get one of these for your Cybertruck. So follow me and let's get started. Okay, so right now, as you can see, I have the Cybertruck Tonneau open, and there's a clear view, between the front and back seats and the bed. So if I come over here, let's open up the Cybertruck. Let's go in here. And when we first got the Cybertruck, let's open up the glove box. I have the original mirror, which was this one. It came with the Cybertruck, and this mirror was just over here. It's a small mirror that sits over here. And as you can see, when the tonneau is open, there's a clear line of sight and we can see the back, and that's great. The problem is if we close the tonneau, so let's go over here and let's close the tonneau, right? So now it's closing. Look over there and look what happens. As the tonneau is closed, it actually blocks the back. So that mirror that was over here really becomes, unusable. There's no point in having it most of the time, because most of the time you have the tonneau closed, unless you have a load or something in the back there, but that's more rare, at least for our usage. And so this mirror becomes completely unusable. And so that's why it came with one easy screw to take it out, and that's why we took it out. Now I keep it in a glove box just in case, if someday I need it. But with a Hansshow rear view mirror, it's a digital mirror, and so that should help us with that problem. Now here's what it looks like right now. There is no rear view mirror installed yet, the Hansshow rear view mirror, and we're gonna get it installed. It's gonna hook up to some of the electronics that are inside here, and then it's gonna go and run all around here. So we have a camera in the back, and then we'll also have a camera here in the front. All right, we're gonna get it installed, and we'll come back with the rest of the video. See you soon. Okay, so while the rear view mirror is being installed, let me give you 5 reasons on why it's a good idea to install this mirror from Hansshow. Reason number 1, so we can see when the tonneau is closed. Number 2, so we can view the bed. Number 3, so when the blinker is on, we can still see in the back. Number 4, because it serves as a dash cam. And number 5, because it's a backup for both the front and back cameras in case your Sentry Mode USB stick gets corrupted. I will go into the details in all these 5, but those are the 5 reasons that I think it's a great idea to get one of these rear view mirrors. All right, so the rear view mirror has been installed. Let's go check it out. Let's open up the Cybertruck door, and let's go inside here. And then let's check it out. There's the mirror. There's the new mirror. You can see there's a slot in here for an SD card, and it looks really cool. This is all digital. And we can see the back camera. If I swipe, I can see both cameras. There's the front camera. The front camera is right here, installed right behind the rear view mirror. And here's the back camera. If I swipe again, I get the front camera. If I swipe again, I get the back camera. Now what's really cool is that there's an angle to all of these, so I can kind of go down like this and I can see what's in the bed. I have my pickleball paddle there with a Tesla hat. But if you have, you know, some kind of load in your bed, as you're driving, you can kind of check on the load and make sure that, you know, everything is okay. And then you can go back up a little bit, and you have your back camera. Now, what's really cool is, notice first of all that the work was really well done. The rearview mirror connects over here to get the power and to get some connections. But over here, you can see how it was installed, and you cannot see that any work was done both on the inside and outside. In fact, let's go outside also and check it out. Let's go through here. Let's go around the Cybertruck to this side. And you can see it was installed, you know, all through here. It ran through here, and then this part right here, they were able to remove it. They ran the cable over there, and you can see the camera right over there. Let's go closer, and you can see how the camera was installed. All right, so let's go back over here. So here's the pickup bed, and it's open right now. And now let's close the pickup bed. So let's go in here, and let's over here close the tonneau. So if we look over here right now, we can see that the back is open over there. But if we close the tonneau, let me tap close tonneau, and we go back over here, you'll see that as the tonneau closes, you saw there for a second there was some light and you could see the actual Tesla hat. But now it's closed, and you can't, you know, all you're seeing is, you know, the dark pickup bed because the light is not on, but you can't really see behind, right? That was the whole problem. But if we go back over here, now that we have the digital rear view mirror, we can see in the back, and we can see the tonneau is closed right now, and we can see over here the back. All right, so that was feature number one, which is, you know, still being able to see in the back when the tonneau is closed. Okay, so let's go over some of the features on how the camera works. So first, again, I'm going to go show how to switch between the back and front cameras. Just swipe. Here are the two cameras. We got the front camera and we've got the back camera. If I swipe again, I get the front camera. Front camera I can move up and down as well, which is great. And then if I swipe again, I get the back camera, and as I showed you earlier, we can move up and down. Now if I tap over here, there's a little arrow, and I can go back and I get the menu with all of the settings. Let's go through them. So let's tap on settings. We have a few things on the recorder. The loop recording, do we want it every 1 minute or every 2 minutes or every 3 minutes? Do we want to switch automatically to the rear view? I will say yes after 30 seconds. Let's just switch to the rear view mirror. Do we want to record sound while we're recording in the DVR? Do we want a time-lapse recording, and how often, right? So 4 hours, 8 hours, let's set it to 4 hours, let's say. And then under general, we can also show a screen clock. Let's turn that on. We can put a little beep, so it's a little bit high, so let's set it to middle. And now when we change things, it'll actually give you a feedback. The auto screen off is kind of cool. Before there was only 1 minute and 3 minutes. I will quickly show how to upgrade the firmware on the camera so you can get the 30-minute and the 60-minute option. Gravity sensing will go middle, recommended. And then the rear flip, depending on how you install the camera, if you choose to install it on the roof like I did, so we can see the bed, then you may want to flip it depending on how you installed it. We don't need to do it here because it's working okay. Then we can also disable the front camera if we want to. I want to keep it. It's nice to have. We can set the date and time, very easy to set. So let's set it together. Today is February 18th, so we'll just go 2, and then we'll go 18. There you go, 1645. And then you can set the date format. We are in California, so I'll just set it to MMDDYYY. And then for the time format, in America, we like 12 hours. In Europe, you guys like 24 hours. You can actually factory reset also the mirror if you wish to, and you can also format the TF card. So those are pretty much all of the settings. Now we can also go and do a DVR. So on the DVR, I can take a picture here. So if I tap here, I just took a picture of the front, right? But I could also, you know, swipe to the back and now take a picture of the back. And then if I tap this button right here, it'll start recording or stop recording, right? And then this is the microphone. So if I choose to turn off the sound while the movie is being recorded, I can turn it on or off. I can lock the screen, and I can also set the auto brightness manually if I wish to. At night, we may want to set it to something lower. It does a pretty good job of just switching automatically. And notice that we can see the clock now. It's 4:47 p.m. and it just shows on the screen right there. So now if we go back over here, I can go back to playback, and then under playback, we're gonna see the front camera or the rear view camera. So let's say we go to the rear view, and then you can see photos. So this is just, you know, I want to see that photo that we just took, and there's the photo. Not that exciting, just a photo that we took. And I can also look at normal. So I can look at one of the movies that has been recorded, and then this was last night, and you can see it recorded a movie. Now there's also an emergency folder. This will auto detect when there's, you know, if there's any kind of accident or a crash, and then it will record automatically the front and the back. This is a great feature as a backup to the Sentry camera. My wife's car was hit not long ago, and her USB was corrupted, so we did not get any video from the Sentry Mode. But if we had one of these mirrors installed, we would have gotten it, right? All right, so that's the playback. We went through everything: settings, playback, DVR. Under shortcut, there's a couple of things. You can format the TF card. The first time you put in, you may want to format it. As you'll see in the clip right after this, I'm going to show you how to download the firmware and actually upgrade your firmware so you get the additional features. And then you want to use a Windows machine to do that. I could not get it working on a Mac. And then you can also boot the display. On booting, I just choose to be on the rear view camera automatically. And that's it. And then Stream Media basically just takes you back to, you know, how the rear view mirror will typically work, and you can switch again between the two cameras if you want, or you can choose the front camera, or you can choose the back camera. Most people will probably have it on, you know, the back camera most of the time, but in some cases you may want to use the front camera. Let's say the Cybertruck's camera is dirty or not working for some reason. Then you can switch to the front camera. Gives you a good angle, right, on what you can see over there, and it allows you also to record a video or take a photo as needed. All right, I think that covers everything. Let's go on and download that firmware file and install it, you know, on the mirror. Upgrade our firmware on the mirror. All right. So let's see how we can update the Hansshow rearview mirror with the latest firmware. So I've got the SD card and I put it right here, and I am using Windows because Windows supports FAT32, which is the file system that the SD card for Hansshow supports. And you can see here I've mounted it, and we can see there's some videos and some photos taken before. So on the Hansshow website, let's close down this President's Sale. Let's scroll down a little bit, and over here you can see there's a camera is installed on the roof section. and then there's upgrade instructions here. And when you click it, there's a new tab that opens up. And it has some instructions about the new features, such as the rear flip and the 30-minute and 60-minute options for the auto screen offsetting, which will come in handy. So what we need to do is download this update.img file, and we can click here to download it. And now it's downloading. And then we can put it at the root of the SD card. And then once we get to the truck, we'll be able to update the system by going into the general settings, system upgrade, and then starting the upgrade. So let's take the update image file. Let's open up File Explorer here. Okay, so we have the update.img file in our downloads folder, and we're simply going to copy it to our USB drive, wherever you mounted the SD card that you use in the rear view mirror. So now if we go over there, we're going to see this update.img file, and it's at the root of the SD card. All right, let's go to the truck and update the rear view mirror firmware. All right, we're in the Cybertruck, and here's the mirror. And let's insert the SD card into the mirror, and let's insert it all the way in. Okay, the SD card is in. So now let's go into the settings. If we go into the settings, and then we scroll down in the settings until we see system update. And then it says, please copy the upgrade file to the TF card. Tap OK to start updating the system. And so let's tap OK. And now it says, please do not power off. U-boot 39, 48%, 68. So it worked. It's actually reading that update.img file that we put in the root of the SD card. And now the rear view mirror is rebooting. System upgrade in progress. Do not power off or unplug the TF card. So let's give it a little bit of time. All right, so the rear view mirror finished updating its firmware. It rebooted. So now let's go in over here, and now if we go into the settings, we will see that there's a new setting here called rear flip. And if you installed the camera on the roof like I did, you may need to enable the rear flip so you can get the correct image. I'm not going to do it right now because I've already done it and tested that it's working. And then the other thing that you want to do is over here, we can go to auto screen, and now these two options, 30 minutes and 60 minutes, they are new with the latest firmware. Before we only had 1 and 3 minutes. So I'm going to set it to 60 minutes, and now the screen will go off automatically after 60 minutes. That's it for the updates. I'll catch you on the next section. Okay, so let me show you one more feature. So right now we are parked, and as you can see, we have the back camera here. We can see the tonneau is closed, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it into drive. So we're driving forward, and you can see that now it's kind of cool. We see the back camera here. I can move the back camera. This is the Cybertruck's back camera, and if I want, I can move it over here, make it a little bit bigger, and do it over here. You can kind of see that the camera, the Hansshow rear view camera mounted on the roof, has a much wider angle than the Cybertruck camera. So that's already an advantage right there. You know, with the Cybertruck camera, we're kind of seeing just this little square here. While with the Hansshow, you know, we can see the Tesla charger on the left here. We can see a lot more on the right. So there's a lot wider angle. But another problem that we have is that often, you know, you'll be driving and this camera works pretty well. You know, you can look over here and you can kind of see what's in the back. Especially, you know, when the tonneau is closed, that's your only option, right? But the problem is, as soon as you start making a left turn or a right turn and the blinker comes on, so let's say I'm making a left turn right now, you can see that the back camera disappears here. But if you have the Hansshow rear view mirror, then you can see that it still works, right? Because that back camera from Hansshow is going to be there no matter what. Now if I turn off the blinker, I get back the Cybertruck back camera. So it kind of works, but you know, the Hansshow rear view camera, this is feature number 3. It's the fact that, you know, the back camera here with the Hansshow rear view mirror will always work, regardless of whether I'm making a right turn or, you know, whether I'm making a left turn. It'll always work. That's it. Feature number 3. So let's take a look at the menu over here, and I can try to go over here to, you know, watch some Sentry Mode videos. Sentry Mode is awesome. You know, you can see all of the videos that have been recorded. You know, it can be in San Mateo or Belmont or Foster City. Let's take a look at this one in Foster City, for example. Notice somebody opened the door, but also a Tesla. And she didn't bang our doors, right? The Cybertruck would probably have handled it, you know, with the stainless steel. But, you know, all Teslas have 8 cameras. Oh, her mirror is just locked, so the car is locked as she walked away. Because with the Tesla, your phone is your key. You also have a backup key, which is a valet card. So as she moved away from the car, her car locked itself automatically. When she gets closer, the car would open up automatically. So Sentry Mode is great. It will record, you know, any kind of movement. It will record if you have an accident. You can also manual record if you put a little shortcut to, you know, viewing the Sentry videos right here. While you're driving, you can just tap this or hit your horn, and that will record the last 30 seconds of video. All cameras, you can see, you know, we have the front here, you know, we have the right, we have the left, and we have the rear. So it'll record it automatically. But the problem is that sometimes it gets corrupted. And so if we go under safety here, you will see here that we can delete dashcam clips, format USB drive. So let's say I want to format it here, and I'm going to format it. And often it works fine. You know, you bought a new USB drive and you can format it without any problems. And then it starts working perfectly fine. The problem is when it stops working. So my wife's car, somebody hit it with something, and then when we went to check the Sentry Mode videos, we could no longer find those videos. They were it said that there was a problem with the USB drive, and that was the message that we got: no dashcam footage found. So that's one of the big advantages of having another big advantage, which is, you know, feature number 4, dashcam, and feature number 5, which is backup. So by having the Hansshow rear view mirror, you have, you know, the possibility of to record things, especially in emergencies, but also not in emergencies. And so you have a second backup for video, both in the front and in the back, that can help, you know, if your USB drive is corrupted. All right, that's it. That was feature number 5. All right, so let's recap the 5 features where when the tonneau was closed, we can now handle that. We can view the bed also in the back. We can also view the cameras when the back camera when the blinker is on. We can use it as a dash cam, both for the front and the back. And we also have a backup of the video recordings for both the front and the back cameras. So thank you to Hansshow. They provided me this product for free for me to review it. Once again, they are supporting the channel. If you like my FSD videos, check out their products. I'll put a link down in the description. You can order this Cybertruck rear view mirror for 20% off. And also any other product, if you use my link, you should be able to get 20% off. All right, until the next FSD video or the next review video, My name is Emmanuel Huna, and stay curious.